Pampering puppies today, how rich people treat their dogs.
Why did he scream?
Because that's the first time you heard that.
Yeah.
He's mad. He's not rich.
Oh, he's angry. Okay, that makes sense.
That's what we've come up with. Yeah.
Oh, so funny.
That's Pete, actually.
That was Pete?
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, it didn't sound like him. But anyhow, yes, crazy rich humans. Now, what they do with their pets. So I want you guys to put yourselves in... I don't know if you have a dog or a pet.
I do.
Kate.
I have a
you
Maltese.
Do? Okay, so you guys, both of you, put yourself in your dog's shoes
Yes.
and think, what is the most luxurious vacation that I can have?
Oh, my.
Okay, Kate, what do you think?
Well, my dog is kind of scared to go outside, period. So I think just the comfort of his bed is probably the best that he's going to do.
Well, you haven't shown your dog much.
Yeah, maybe I'm at fault for that.
I'm thinking they do have those puppy pensions
Yes.
here in Korea where they have a little swimming pool where the dogs can go for a swim. It's pretty hilarious when I give my dog, I usually give her a shower, but occasionally I'll treat her to a bath. And it's hilarious because there's water in the tub, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know how the dog senses that there's water below, but when I'm holding her and if she gets close to the water,
I know what he's saying.
the legs
starts
start
like-
paddling.
I know. Automatically, right?
Yeah.
So I've never put her in a pool before, but I'm thinking like get her a little life vest.
Oh, yeah.
She's a little big boned. So I'm thinking a life vest or some flotation devices to just let her float around in the pool.
Right.
With a bowl of her favorite snacks in a floatable device as well.
Oh, that's so cute. So maybe that is Heidi's dream vacation.
Yeah.
But we don't really know. So humans create these dream vacations for dogs
Oh,
in the human perspective.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, what would I love? And I assume that this four-legged animal would love it too.
Yeah, and according to some research data that I saw, people spend more money these days on their pets than themselves.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It does make sense.
Yep, because again, we've talked about it. COVID-19, people are spending more on stuff. We talked about the online shopping
Right.
thing. And if you have a pet, I can totally see it.
Exactly. So, I mean, you take your dog, Heidi, to like those pet pensions. And that's kind of like a common thing now. But these super rich people, what they do is they provide dogs with their own hotels. So basically, I have to go on vacation to France, then I can't take my dog, right? So I make a reservation for actually like a dog hotel resort. But they are luxurious. So we're talking about not like these little cages, but an actual room. What?
They get their own hotel room.
Their own penthouse.
Wow.
And they have spa treatments, pedicures, gyms. They have flat screen TVs.
Oh,
And they get their daily photo shoots as well.
I don't even have a flat screen TV. They're doing better than me in a day.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's the dream that we dream of having on our vacation.
Do they have those types of places here in Korea?
They do have, no, I don't think they have the extreme luxurious ones. I mean, I do a lot of research for my dogs.
They have dog spas, though.
They
don't
do, where they can get like pedicures and stuff like that. But it's not like extreme. I think the most expensive place that I saw was like maybe $50 a day for like a pet hotel.
Okay.
That's reasonable. You mean a pet hotel, meaning the dog can stay overnight?
Yes. But, that is reasonable. But these hotels that I'm talking about are not that. They're like more than $100 or $200 per night.
That's still, well, I mean, I know.
Per night.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I
Well,
know.
we have a rich person in the
no,
studio.
No, I know.
Heidi will reserve that
I wanna
for
be
you.
Heidi.
I'm just saying that I thought you were going to come out with some astronomical number like $1,200 a night or something like that.
No, $1,200 a night, no.
$100, I mean,
Yeah, $100. But still, it's a lot of money if you add it all up. Let's say you're going on like a week vacation.
Yeah, you're spending an extra $800 to $1,600 so that your
Yeah.
dog can stay in a nicer place than you are when you're away on vacation.
I'm pretty
I
sure.
think the most luxurious thing I've ever done for Heidi, and it wasn't done for luxury purposes, but I didn't know that it was even a thing. Did you know that there's doggy acupuncture?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So dachshunds can have bad backs. That's one of the things
Right.
about a dachshund. So I took her and they put her up on this little
Wooden.
not wooden.
Oh,
It
no,
was
it
this beautiful, comfortable padded like table, and it had little holes in the front and holes in the back, so her paws could hang down through in the front and back. And then there's a little chin rest,
Yeah.
right, where they can just put their chin. And then she got back acupuncture.
oh wow.
And the best part was, it totally worked.
what?
Yeah, it works.
It
Oh, that's crazy.
It totally worked, and it didn't hurt her at all. She looked like she was having the time of her life.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Amazing. That's the most luxurious thing. But again, that was done for health purposes. so,
Exactly.
yeah. So you talk about these luxury spas and luxury resorts, not so much here in Korea, but other places. What kind of things or amenities are we talking about?
Okay, so let's say, again, you're going to France and you want your dog to have the same experience. You can send your dog to a French-themed room. And this hotel in Australia has not only French-themed rooms, but like Grecian rooms, Indian, Singaporean rooms. And they're quite expensive. I mean, because they're getting the experience. But the most expensive one is the Hamptons.
Okay.
Oh.
Like New York Hamptons?
Yeah, New York Hamptons experience.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah, so basically they have like drink fountains ready, a mini bar.
Oh.
They have playrooms. Some of these resorts actually provide like nighttime massages.
Oh.
Yeah, so sounds nice, right?
Sounds amazing.
It does.
I think these places are really smart in their design because a lot of dog owners or pet owners in general will feel really guilty. I know I do. When I go away and I need to leave Heidi with, if it's a friend, it's great, but if it's a puppy hotel, and I know that they treat her really well, there's that overwhelming sense of guilt, right? So I think that these luxury dog places or whatever are playing on that overwhelming sense of guilt that you feel,
Exactly.
making you feel better about the experience that the dog is having.
Yeah, because these pet hotels that we usually or more common, they're little cages, right? And you kind of feel bad that they're left in that cage for such a long period of time.
they're not necessarily
Yeah, not all the time.
cages. In fact, you if you're a pet owner, you better do your research before you
yeah,
find out where
exactly.
you're going to leave your dog. No, the place where I leave Heidi, they leave her in this big open space by herself at night where she can
Oh.
sleep comfortably. She gets 2 walks a day. So my point is, like, even leaving her there versus leaving her in a $200 a night flat screen TV room,
Yeah.
that is you're doing that for yourself, not for the dog, because I guarantee the dog doesn't know that there's a
Flat
45-inch
screen TV.
flat screen TV
Yeah.
in the room that they will not look at even once while they're in there.
Yeah, and the reason why these owners send these dogs to these expensive places is because they want the dog to feel like they're kind of at home, right? They
Yeah.
don't- like kind of like a replica of their
Yeah.
own house.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that they don't feel stressed.
Sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
So some of these houses that they have for the dogs, it's Hampton themed and French themed and
French
stuff in their
themed,
own
Singaporean
house. I
themed.
mean,
Yeah, it's kind of like that. And plus, like some of these hotels have lots of like other amenities for the dogs, but also for the owners too. Like they have 24-hour surveillance cameras where you can check where your dog is, what they're doing. and
That's
all
really
that.
good. I love that.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like another home, their second home. There are lots of luxurious hotels in like Australia, the U.S., and some are opening in Dubai.
oh yeah, yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna be okay in Korea. I think there's gonna be a lot of talk about it if it comes out.
Why? I think that would be really popular.
Really? Well, I know that a new like a pet kind of building is opening up in Gangnam area. They are going to open soon. So it's like a whole building, and each floor is like specially themed. Like one floor is like a spa, one floor is like a swimming pool. They even have like working areas where people can come work there and stuff like that, and have their pet like cared for and stuff like that.
That's cool. So that the kind of expanding on that concept of there's a term for it, right? Where there's an open office space and you from your company can go work there, but work next to somebody who works for a totally different company.
Yeah.
Right? They have that where you can bring your pets now too.
Yeah. So they have a vet as well, just in case something goes wrong.
Oh, that's really great.
They have everything. So like this whole building is opening up in Korea soon.
Yeah.
So if you're a pet owner, you can check that out as well.
I saw a thing that made me smile in my old neighborhood. It was a pet photo studio. Mm-hmm. So it looked like your typical photo studio, except that, where they typically have like a blazer or neckties for someone to put on for their photos. Mm-hmm. They have all the little dog costumes.
Yeah.
So that you could go in and put them in a costume and have their picture taken professionally to be put up on the wall.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Would you ever do anything like that for your little one, Kate?
I love my little doggy, my dogini, but for me, I'm just very simple. It's like you're happy, you have a roof over your head, you sleep really comfortably in your cushion little thing, and we give you a lot of snacks. I'm pretty sure you're good.
I already signed up for it.
I was waiting for it.
Actually, 2 photo shoots.
Oh, wow.
We'll get the details, more details. And we'll talk more about pets in hour number 2. We just got a wonderful message saying, put a lot of thought into it when you get a pet or before you get a pet, right? And Kaylin, you have some other good advice for us too, yeah?
Yes, I do. So now we talked about the rich people who they can afford those luxurious hotels for dogs or pet care services.
Yeah.
But let's say you have to leave your dog at home for an extended amount of time. FYI, experts say, don't leave your dog for more than 4 to 6 hours alone.
Oh.
Yes.
That's dependent on age, is it
dependent
not?
on age too. And that's, if they're younger, it could be like 2 hours, so it's shorter. If they're older, they need more care, so it's shorter as well. But depending on your pet and how comfortable he or she feels, right?
Kind of like people.
Yeah.
In a sense, yeah.
It is. But let's say you do have to leave your house. Well, there are internet providers who provide IoT services where you can connect a pet food, like automatic pet feeder, and also a surveillance camera, and a pet friend, a robot friend.
Oh.
And it only costs like around 10,000 won per month.
Wow.
So it's very affordable. So you can check your pet to see what he or she is doing. And you can also link it to your app. So you can know exactly when to feed the dog. And it also measures like how much of the food that the dog ate.
How many cameras do you have in your house, Kaylin?
One.
Oh, just one?
Yeah, just one. But I don't have that.
Because you knew she had it,
right? Tone. How many?
The more cameras you have, I know that the service is more expensive.
Okay.
But I didn't get that service. I just bought a surveillance camera and set it up with the internet. And that's pretty affordable too. It was like 5만 원 for the camera.
That's a really, really great service. So you can go onto your phone, onto the app, and you can monitor your pet anytime you want.
Yes.
Do they have people monitoring your pet? Probably not, right?
No.
Yeah, right. But they set up the the feeding machine and everything, and then you
everything.
Oh wow, that's really great, and it's only 10,000 won per month.
Yeah, around that. It
Really
depends on
affordable.
the provider.
What is the friend, by the way?
It's like a little robot.
Does it look like an actual dog?
No, it doesn't. It looks like 2 wheels with like a middle part where you can put in like little snacks.
Okay.
So what the robot would do is like like move around, right?
Yeah.
So the dog immediately catches it catches the dog's attention, and the dog would like follow it around, and from time to time it will drop a snack for the dog.
Okay.
Aw.
And so it's pretty smart.
What a tease. You
Yeah.
come home one day, the robot's tied up
That's funny.
in a corner. Yeah, they have those little toys where you can shove peanut butter in the middle or like frozen strawberries or something,
yeah.
and it's hard for them to get it
Yeah.
out, so it kind of keeps them entertained, right? Those are cute too.
Which takes me to nose work.
Oh,
Now, have you heard of nose work?
I
like
have.
plastic surgery.
No. Nose work for dogs means, dogs love sniffing and they're very sensitive to scents. And especially snacks and food.
Yeah.
So when you have to leave the house for an extended amount of time, there are little toys or plastic things that are made specifically for nose work. So there are little little places where you can put in snacks and the dog has to make an effort to open it up to actually get the snack. And then I brought you a present, Steve.
Oh, whoa. Or more
Here's an
hiding.
example of nose work. It looks like wet tissue, right?
Yeah.
Inside, there's actually like tissue looking like fabric that the dog can pull out. And if you put in like little snacks in between, as it pulls out the tissue looking fabric, it
there's
can
a
find
little
the snacks
Oh,
here.
that's so sweet of you, Kaylin.
It's one of my dog's favorite. So
I might put my own snacks in here for the show, actually.
your snacks. That's funny.
That was fun.
Yeah, but it's really, really important because it gives your dog something to do that it really likes.
Yeah, right. So
Yeah.
they're not paying attention to the fact that they're alone.